So g of x equals 1 over x plus root x, and we want to find the derivative, the double derivative, and the triple derivative, all of them. So let's find the derivative first. G prime of x. Well, first of all, if I rewrite this, I would rewrite this as x to the negative 1.
Okay.
Plus x to the 1/2. Because the square root is a 1/2 power.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just something you have to remember from algebra 2 trig.
Okay.
So the square root of x equals the 1/2 power, x to the 1/2 power. If you had like a cube root of x, it would have a little 3 there.
Yeah.
If they don't have anything here, you assume it's a 2.
Okay.
If there's something there that's a 3, that would mean x to the 1/3 power. Okay? That's just a definition. So now that I know that, it's just, I go straight to the power rule here.
Yeah, okay.
So that negative comes down to the front, you subtract 1, plus the 1/2 comes down to the front, and you subtract 1. So it would be negative 1/2.
Okay.
Now, you can simplify this. This would simplify into 1 over x squared plus 1 over 2 root x. You could simplify that.
Okay.
Because remember, when you have a negative power, what do you do with that negative power to make it a power? Whoops, I forgot the negative in front of that. What do you do with the negative power? This is another definition. What's x to the negative m equal to?
I don't know.
It equals 1 over x to the positive m.
Okay. Okay.
Exponents. That's exponent stuff. Another thing that a lot of people struggle with is exponents.
Yeah.
Okay? So remember, as you go over these things, what I like to tell kids that are doing this and struggling with remembering things, in your notebook, you always use your notebook from front to back. Go to the very back of your notebook, and from back to front, which it'll only take a few pages, but start writing down the formulas. As you see different things that you don't remember, write them down so that that's your reference point to be like, oh yeah, okay, I forgot about that. How am I supposed to remember that? I don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't have my algebra 2 trig notes anymore. Well, that's what you do. You write it. You write them down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Some students will like highlight them or something, or write them in red or something in their notes. But
Okay.
I like to just start from the back and go to the front with the kind of the essential stuff that you're remembering.
Okay.
All right. So now let's try the double derivative. So what would the double derivative of this be?
So we're working with the...
And that's why I left it like this.
Oh, so you're working with that?
Yep.
Okay, because he like basically made us work with that.
Well, if you sure you can work with this,
yeah.
but what are you going to do? What's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to take this and turn it into that,
Yeah.
so that you can use the power rule again.
Okay, so it's going to be
So it would be positive 2 x to the
negative 3.
negative 3.
Yeah.
Then what?
Oh, and then it's going to be negative...
Take that and put it down, multiply it, negative 1/4.
Okay.
X to the negative 3/2.
Okay.
What I do there, 1/2 minus, negative 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2 minus 2/2,
Okay.
which is negative 3/2.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I
Okay.
got that. Yeah.
And again, you could simplify this for your answer. And by the way, this isn't quite simplified yet because you can put the square root of x on top and the 2x on the bottom. So here's your real answer for that. Negative 1 over x squared plus square root of x over 2x, because what I did is I multiplied by root x over root x
Okay.
to get rid of that radical on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay? So that probably is the answer that he wants for that particular problem
He
right here.
took the square. I mean, like, I'm happy to know what
Yeah.
they had properly. To do.
Some teachers want it, some don't care.
Yeah.
But if we were to simplify this simplified would be 2 over x cubed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minus, this is a little bit trickier. Well, I guess we can just do it simply. 1 over 4 x to the 3/2.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, technically, you have a radical in the denominator because you have a fractional exponent in the denominator.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you should probably simplify that. But if your teacher didn't have you do that, I'm not going to muddy the waters.
Would it be on the AP test, like in terms, like would the simplified version be on the AP test? Like for...
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm not sure. If it is, what you have really, let's talk about 1 over x to the 3/2 power. There's a couple ways you can do this. 3/2 power is, you could think of it as the square root of x to the 3rd power.
Okay.
Which is really what that is, because it's 3 times 1/2, right? X to the 3 times to the 1/2, and which equals, you could either say it x to the 3rd, the square root of x to the 3rd, or the square root of x to the 3rd. Either one is the same. But either way, you still have a square root on the bottom, right? You follow?
Yeah.
So how do I get rid of the square root on the bottom here? Well, I have 3 of them.
Okay.
If I had 4 of them, it'd get rid of it, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So multiply it by the square root of x again.
Yeah.
Because now I have, that equals 1 over, actually it equals the square root of x over the square root of x to the 4th, or again, a couple different ways you can think of it, but the square root of x, remember, is x to the 1/2. But if I take a 1/2 and raise it to a 4th power, what do I do with these two things right here?
You multiply it.
I multiply them, and so I get the square root of x all over x squared.
Okay.
And that would be considered simplified because you don't have a radical in the denominator.
Okay.
There's a couple different ways of doing that, but that's essentially what that is. Again, I don't know what your teacher wants. Let's do the last one. Now let's find the 3rd derivative. Well, there's my 2nd derivative in raw form. What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Good, man. Good to see you.
You too.
This is Madeline.
Hi, nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Go ahead and pull up a chair. All right, so now what I'm going to do here is same deal. I'm going to take this and simplify it. So g to the triple derivative of g of x. Take that, drop it down. -6 x to the -4 plus 3 over 8, right? I'm multiplying that down. X to the, subtract it again, -5/2.
Okay.
And again, same deal, you can simplify that some more if you want.
Okay.
You can write -6 over x to the 4th plus 3 over 8x to the 5/2, and then if you want to say, well, I want 6/2 here, not 5/2, then just multiply it by x to the 1/2 on the top and bottom again, or the square root of x, because then those things together turn into, that would be 3 root x all over 8x cubed.
Okay.
See how that worked? -6 over x to the 4th plus, that's your answer.
Okay.